Көз кез көз, күш кеш көш, кір көр, күл кел көл, кілең қысқа сөз, кім оқиды кез. Арқада алтарпар бар, қырқада.
How many times do you talk a day? Very, 100 times, thousands of times. Or are you a quiet person who lives without speaking? It's up to you how much you want to talk. But have you ever thought about how we talk using the sounds that come out of our mouths? Oh, that's not what I meant. What I mean is a speech, and our speech uses language. So why are there so many languages in this part of the world? Why doesn't this world have just one language? Okay, let's discuss it, but before continuing, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so creators can buy food. Language is weird. One moment you're just a baby making random noises, and the next thing you know, you're an adult arguing about the pronunciation of GIF on the internet. Seriously, have you ever thought about who started this whole talking thing? Like, was there just one guy who randomly made a sound, and everyone was like, yep, that's a word now? Imagine if the first ever word was just some dude sneezing, and now we all call it a bless you. Language is basically the original social media. It lets us gossip, overshare, and pretend we understand Shakespeare. It's constantly evolving too. 100 years ago, people were writing long, poetic love letters. Now, we just text WID at 2 a.m. and hope for the best. And don't even get me started on English. Who decided colonel is pronounced colonel? Why does read and read look the same but sound different depending on when you see them? At this point, I'm convinced English was invented as a prank. But seriously, who invented the first ever language? Was it one smart caveman who figured out how to communicate? Or was it just a bunch of confused grunts that accidentally turned into words? Honestly, if cavemen saw how we talk today, they'd probably be like, bruh? Let me know in the comments, if you had to create the first ever word, what would it be? And don't forget to subscribe. Otherwise, you might wake up tomorrow speaking only in emojis. Okay, so we all talk, but have you ever wondered, who was the first person to do it? Like, was there one caveman who just pointed at a rock and went, rock? And everyone else was like, bro, that's genius. Or maybe language wasn't even intentional. What if some guy just tripped over a log and screamed, and the others thought, oh, that must mean danger. And boom, the first word was born. If that's true, then language is basically just a collection of ancient panic noises. Theory number 1, God installed it like software. Some people believe language was given to humans directly by God. Imagine Adam in the Garden of Eden, just chilling, and suddenly, boom! Congratulations! Language version 1.0 has been installed. Theory number 2, we copied animals. Another theory says early humans just copied animal sounds. Like maybe the first person who ever said moo wasn't even talking to another human. He was just trying to impress a cow. Honestly, that explains why we still use weird noises like, uh-huh. Theory number 3, people got tired of playing charades. But the most realistic theory, people just got tired of using hand gestures all the time. Imagine trying to say you're hungry without words. Do you point at your stomach? Do you pretend to faint? Probably one guy just got fed up and said, all right, let's name things so we don't have to act like mimes all day. And that's how we got language. So we may never know who invented the first language, but one thing's for sure. Whoever started talking first was basically the biggest influencer of their time. Earlier, we discussed the origins of language, but now let's get to the more exciting part. Some of the most unique languages in the world. Not only are they unique, some of them might make you think, is this really human language or an alien secret code? Silbo Gomero, the whistling language of Spain. Silbo Gomero is a unique language used by the people of La Gomera, a small island in Spain's Canary Islands. Unlike normal languages that use words and sounds, Silbo Gomero is entirely made up of whistles. Fun facts about Silbo Gomero: used to communicate across valleys and mountains in La Gomera. Can mimic 4 vowels and 2 consonants, allowing people to send complex messages using only whistles. Dates back to the Guanche people, the original inhabitants of the Canary Islands before the Spanish arrived. Nearly went extinct, but is now taught in schools in La Gomera to preserve it. Recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage in 2009. Imagine you're hiking, you lose signal, and the guy next to you starts having a full conversation just by whistling. Meanwhile, you're still waiting for Wi-Fi. All right, we just talked about a language made of whistles. Now let's talk about a language that's so simple, it actually drives linguists crazy. Pirahã is spoken by the Pirahã people in Brazil who live along the Maiachi River. What makes this language insane? They have no numbers, no concept of time, and almost no words for colors. Imagine asking a Pirahã person, "When's the deadline?" Their answer? "Time doesn't exist, bro." All right, now let's talk about one of the most fascinating languages in the world, the language of the Hadzabe people from Tanzania. Imagine trying to have a conversation, but instead of words, you're using click sounds. That's exactly how the Hadzabe language works. It belongs to the Khoisan language family, which is famous for its click consonants. Those sharp sounds made by the tongue hitting different parts of the mouth. Imagine walking into a job interview and suddenly realizing you have to answer everything with clicks. The Hadzabe language is living proof of how diverse human communication can be. It's not just about words, it's about sound, rhythm, and culture. And if you ever hear someone speaking with clicks, don't panic. They're not malfunctioning, they're just fluent in something amazing. We've explored the origins of language and uncovered some of the world's most unique tongues. But here's a thought. What about the future of language? With AI translating languages instantly and brain chip technology advancing, will we even need to speak in the future? Imagine a world where conversations happen through thoughts. No more awkward small talk, no more language barriers, but also no more excuses for ignoring messages. Will human languages survive? Or are we heading toward a future where we communicate in binary, brain signals, or even complete silence? Could AI become the new universal language? Language has shaped human history, from ancient civilizations to modern AI translations. We've seen how diverse and fascinating it can be, from clicks to whistles, and even the possibility of a speechless future. But no matter how language evolves, one thing stays the same. It's how we connect, share stories, and express who we are. So whether you're speaking, clicking, whistling, or maybe even thinking your words in the future, keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.